you need to make sure that the exponent is the same on both sides of the equation. Right? That's a basic rule of solving exponential equations. Make the bases equal on both sides. Alright? Now, in this grade, you also need to remember, okay, let me write this point down. In grade 11, you need to remember how to, number one, factorize, to solve quadratic equations, okay? So these two concepts are going to be used, okay? And you have done them last year. So factorization is a very important math technique that you are going to need to apply. Furthermore, you need to apply your knowledge of of solving quadratic equations. Remember, to solve quadratic equations, you need to know how to factorize as well. So factorization is a very, very important skill that you need to acquire, or the skill that you need to have in this grade. Okay, so let's do some examples. Okay, we'll start with easy ones, then we move on to more complex. Right? So let's start with number 3 there. When you have the square root of 2 to the power of x plus 1 is equal to 1 over 8. Right? Now, remember, from what we have done so far, be aware that the left-hand side can be simplified in more than one way. Okay? Depending on what comes into your mind the first time you see the question, you apply that. Right? So this, I can write it as 2 to the power of x plus 1 over 2. This is equal to 1 over 8. Okay? But I can convert the 1 over 8 to a base of 2. Okay? So I can write this as 2 to the power of x plus 1 over 2 is equal to 2 to the power of negative 3. Okay? Please be aware the question can be done in more than one way. Maybe I think probably 3 ways or 4. You can do it in about 3 to 4 ways. Right? Since the base is the same, means the exponents are equal. Right? Once we have got that equation there, which is more like a linear equation, it means we have gone back to grade 9, grade 10. Alright? So from here, we will get x plus 1 equal to negative 6. So you get x equal to minus 7. Alright? Okay? Now, can I show you a second way of doing it? Huh? Okay. The second way, let me go to the next page. Let me check this first. Right. Then come back. We'll go to the next page. So method 2, the square root. So we have the square root of 2 to the power of x plus 1 equal to 1 over 8. Now, another way would be to remove the square root sign or the radical sign on the left-hand side. So we square both sides. So 2 to the power of x plus 1 all squared will be equal to 1 over 8 all squared. This will give you 2 to the power of x plus 1, and that becomes 1 over 8 squared. Now, 1 over 8 squared is equal to 64, and 64 can be written to a base of 2. So we can write this as 2 to the power of negative 6. (64) is 2 to the power of 6. So don't get surprised. Okay? Then we drop the base, so we get x plus 1 equal to minus 6. Therefore, x will be negative 7. So that's method 2. Okay, so you can do a question like that based on what comes into your mind the first time you see it. I can show you a third way, but I'm not going to do that. Right, so let's move on to the next example. Right, can you give me, just give me a second, please? I'm going to switch off because I've got some private stuff that I can't show everyone. Okay. All right, let's get on with our lesson. I'm sorry for those disturbances. All right, so I was saying, well, you have to do this question based on how you first see it, right? So the next question that I'm going to do is number 5. I need to erase this. Number what? 4. Is there someone who's saying number 4? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's do number 4.